people are getting angry. There's a growing sense of frustration. So I thought it was a good time to do a few segments about anger with Brent Darnell, who's a leading authority in emotional intelligence and communications. So welcome back, Brent.
Thank you, Lisa. It's good to be here.
Have you been noticing that as well, that social media feeds seem more angry? People you're talking to are, kind of full of rage and they're needing to vent more. What do you think is going on here?
I think there's no one thing. It's a lot of things. It's social isolation. It's, you see social media. Social media is geared to, is set up to incite an emotional response. The images people use and the words they use is supposed to get you angry, and it does. And I think anger is just an expression of fear. So if you see somebody that's angry, they're probably afraid of something. Just fear of the unknown. Fear, it's uncertain. It's volatile. It's complex. Throw in with that the election, all this vitriol that's coming up. It just piles on top of another thing, and then it piles on something else. Right. And it gets to where you're just ready to explode. And there's an emotional foundation for that too. That's all about emotional awareness and emotional management. And when you're in that stressful state, you're building up adrenaline and cortisol, the stress hormone in your system. And we call it your cup overflows. Like one thing will trigger and then the anger comes flooding out. But several emotions leading up to that rage, there's annoyance and discomfort and, a little bit of fear and anxiety, and then it just keeps building and building and building. And if you don't have good awareness and you don't have good emotional management skills, you're probably going to eventually explode.
Any tips you can share for what we can do in that moment of anger?
Well, it gets down to self-awareness first. You have to be aware of those emotions, and that just takes a lot of practice and a lot of checking in with yourself. Daily meditation, prayer, and those kind of things can help you to check in. Here's the other thing not many people think about. I've gotten tons of people coming to me, mostly men, with anger issues. You know what the first question I ask them? What did you eat for breakfast? You know what they all have said to me? I don't eat breakfast.
Oh.
So they're not eating breakfast. They get to the project, they grab a Red Bull, a couple of donuts. About an hour and a half, 2 hours later, their blood sugar is plummeting. So they're in that bottomed out blood sugar thing. So it's important to get good nutrition during this.
Getting hangry is a real thing, right?
Totally
when we're
real.
Skipping breakfast.
And the ideal breakfast would be some kind of protein, maybe a meat from the night before or some Greek yogurt, some berries, some good antioxidants, and maybe a few nuts for some fat and some good protein as well. That'll set your blood sugar for the day, and you'll be a lot less volatile emotionally, or, it certainly contributes to that. You know what else exacerbates this? Sleep. You got to look at a daily deep rest. You got to look at nutrition. You got to look at sleep. You got to look at how you're managing your stress.